starting off turn 15, we've got a couple things to talk about in the beginning. So we lost our other vassal, they're dead. And we lost another one of our potential Confederation candidates, so they're dead. This guy, I don't know. I think was he down there? Yeah, we didn't kill him off. But yeah, those two are. I was hoping to really confederate this one, and then we could open up another front in the east. But that's all right. But let's start off by getting rid of these guys. We can just auto resolve it. Yep, that's the leftover of the rebellion. Oh, rebellion's gone. All right, let's go ahead and get to war with these guys. They've got a decent sized garrison. And they've got a couple casters in here, so we gotta watch out for AoE stuff. We'll put items and then we'll get in there. These guys are at war with Karazakarak. We should be able to get paid for this. They are gonna pay us 1,500. That's quite good, actually. Pretty straightforward fight. They do have a bolt thrower. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. We have to deal with these two wizards as well, so we'll just get rid of both of them. Probably don't need to cover too much in this fight. Should be straightforward, but at least cover getting rid of the big units so that we don't get hit by some of these nasty spells. So we'll have him bust the gate down. These two are just going to immediately go in and dive bomb this guy. Yep, we can hit him with some spells. Hit him with a spell right after. Here we go. Second Spirit Leech. And if we run into trouble, we'll just use a Purple Sun, or we could use some... We could do that anyways. Let's use some zombies to block their path. He's almost dead already. Halfway already. We can summon some zombies on this side too, just to keep the distraction going. Almost got her. I guess we could have just flown above. Yeah, maybe let's start getting out then. Start flying. There we go. And then we could just chase him around. Finish him off with the Spirit Leech. I think one more, he'll be dead. We gotta find the shaman now. There we go. Should be dead. Yep, dead. Sweet, so yeah, you could tell this is going to be pretty straightforward. I'm going to finish the rest of this up. Yeah, also dive bomb the bolt throwers. And then we just got to find out where that last guy is. And then yeah, pretty much done. So these guys make it really easy. Oh, there he is. Yep, we can actually go after him right now. Let's go back up this way. We'll go harass him, and then we'll be done. There we go. Got the win. Used our blob to finish the rest. Got the settlement. No losses. This one was a tier 3. So we should probably just occupy it so we don't damage. Nice. Okay, so this is a pretty crazy item. Chalice of Malfleur. Normally, this isn't like the best item necessarily, but for the vampire, it's even better because you get battle healing cap plus 500%. So on Vlad, basically makes it so you can't kill him. He'll just keep healing and healing and healing. Now you can't cast too much with it, but Vlad's built as just a straight melee anyway, so... But we can move it around to whoever we need, I guess. We just won't cast with him. Or maybe we cast and it doesn't really matter because we'll take a little bit of damage. Or we take the damage on the shields, right? Something like that. So that'll be very interesting. But also, yeah, the 30% character XP gain is huge. So we can put that on new people so they can level up a little faster. And looks like we didn't get any of the good buildings, or they didn't, I guess they didn't have good buildings built. We'll take the gold mine, and then we'll delete this and build another one. We should be making good money from this. That'll be like close to 1,000. So everybody here will heal up. Need to replace anybody. Let's go ahead and bring our other two armies down. And we should be taking attrition because this is all friendly territory now. It's all vampire corruption. So that looks good. 2 more turns, so 1 and then 2 we can probably attack with these two. So we've got the Skaven to deal with right here, and then we've got the dwarfs to deal with right here. These guys are pretty strong. They have 7 settlements, so they're one of the stronger factions in the area. So we will have to be a little bit more cautious around them. So maybe 2 armies go this way, 1 army goes this way, but we'll see. So that's it for the mountainous area. We're going to move north. Yeah, we have to take this, I feel like. Yeah, I feel like we have to move north and take this. I would love to leave it for later and then just keep moving down here, but we'll have to do a little bit of backtracking. We do have this army. Yeah, you know, we're already kind of low. We've taken 2 or 3 turns of attrition ticks. So I think as much as I don't want to backtrack and spend time doing that, I think we have to. There's no way we have movement speed to go from here all the way to here, because this from here in this middle point already takes 95%. So we'll take this, we'll spend a turn, and then another turn to attack. We don't have a siege attacker, so that's going to slow us down even more. Yeah, I got to fix that. We got to find a spot where we can hire something. Okay, well anyways, let's at least just go attack this. And there's no way we reinforce that, right? No chance. So we'll just fight it. Let's go ahead and fight it. We got items ready. They've got a few units that are kind of scary. These big units. Nothing too crazy. Yeah, we should be fine. So we're going to go for pretty straightforward, just a doom blob. Doom blob in the woods. And then we've got our main pier. We do have Chalice and Malfleur, so if we want to cast, it's definitely going to cost us. Yeah, see, 135% chance miscast if we overcast. So that means our regular cast is pretty high up there as well. But our healing cap is plus 500%. And I don't think they have any wizards, but if they did, they'd have a 100% miscast chance as well. So we'll get in here and start harassing and do our thing. Dude's running like a little coward. But he's almost dead. Got him less than half. Yep, there we go. 2 hits back to back. He should start running soon. And then we'll start picking on the range units. And then hopefully they start looking for us and we can death blob. Yep, there you go. He's dead. So pretty easy fight. Yeah, they seem to be more interested in repositioning than trying to fight us. So we're just picking off their big units. We'll pick up the chariots, the trolls, and then we'll probably just move our blob up. We kept our losses fairly low. And we wiped out quite a few. I don't know if this guy's going to get out on the water. He might actually, the army. But we did zero out some of the big units. The trolls, one of the chariots. So we'll see what happens. We're just going to occupy. Okay, nice. So he actually did die. Yeah, we get another armor. Armor of Fortune. Probably upgrade that one. Or fuse it, because we have 2 of those now. We don't really use them. This needs to get deleted. We do have some income coming in from the port from this, and then we'll upgrade this to income as well. So now 2 turns. Yeah, it's going to take us 2 turns to get down here, but we'll be able to get some winds of magic on the way. So I guess that's something. Interesting. I didn't realize because it doesn't say it on here, but you can't unequip it in the same turn that you equip it. Or maybe you can't ever unequip it. That's... Yeah, they should probably put a label on there, because the other items that do that, like the Helm of Draska, it says it right here. Item cannot be removed in the same turn it was equipped. You should be doing that with this. Why? Yeah, that's stupid. I wouldn't have put it on him on this one if I knew that. So let's move our Necroarch Lord up so we can take Frozen Landing. Can't reach it this turn, so we just want to get a few troops, and then we'll back up into our own territory in channeling stance. We get Winds of Magic. Right there, and we should be able to reach that no problem in 1 turn. Yeah, we should be able to reach that no problem. So we'll stay here. I'm almost positive this guy's going to attack us, which is fine. We can handle that. And then right here we need to attack this. What I wanted to do initially was sack this and then move on and attack this in 1 turn, but that's not going to happen. It's because the people on the water, you can't attack them unless you're on the water or you're in the settlement. So we'll have to loot and occupy this one. So Siopdraken is tier 2 go into tier 3, or tier 1 go into tier 2. So we can sack this if we want to make the money. With 1400, might not be a bad idea. Yeah, so we don't even have to fight that guy. So let me put items on. We'll fight these two back to back, and then we'll move on. We got that settlement. I do think we should sack. It's gonna hurt the port, but the port's not worth that much. Another scroll of blast. And post-battle chance of stealing a magic item. Corpse thief. I think the item we had was only a 4% chance. Yeah, mortal informer. Oh no, it's different. Okay, so this is stealing and this is drop chance. So nice, we can have two now. Two ways of getting an item. So to be able to attack him, we have to go on the water, or we go here and occupy. And then I'm pretty sure we can just attack. Yep. So again, a scary looking army, but not really for what we're using. So we should be fine here. So it's just a lot. Yeah, it's a lot of, what did we just get hit by? It's a lot of artillery that are not really going to do a whole lot. So if we just land on the outskirts, run these guys off. The thing I don't want to do is hit them a little bit and have them run. So we need to, if we attack something, we need to make sure it goes to 0. So we'll keep hitting them, making sure that we get them down to 0. So this is probably going to take a while, but we'll edit it. Pretty straightforward. I did my best to kill everything before I got off the map. The problem is some of these guys spawned literally on the edge of the map and they were like stuck. So luckily we had a flying unit to get up after them. But yeah, we pretty much wiped them out. They have one artillery piece that's going to survive and one miner. The blast charge miner. This guy doesn't present a threat at any point. And then the bolt thrower is not amazing. I mean, it's decent, but it's not amazing. So we pretty much neutered this army in its entirety. So we'll take almost 3 grand for that. I think pretty good fight. And then yeah, they'll run off, lick their wounds, and probably not be able to attack us. Although I guess they could. Maybe they'll do it on their turn. They'll hire a lord. Maybe they'll attack us.
King of Darkness.
And then that would save us the hassle of having to run them down. Now a little bit to the west, Zoishenk. Got an army here. We're going to take Castle Alexandrinov, and then we need to make sure... Actually, let's go attack it and see what it looks like. If we can handle this without involving this other army, I'd rather not take the chance that we don't have movement speed, but maybe it's okay. Yeah, he's got a lot of movement speed, so we could probably do it and then just force march up here. Necessary, I don't think. I'm pretty sure we can handle this, especially with some items. Yeah, let's do a couple skeletons in there as well and see. I feel like this is a pretty easy fight for us. But that said, I do want to get as many items as we can, even though we're pretty close to having max items. Well, not max items, but as many as we can use in a couple fights. So this guy can go here, and then he can go there. That should be plenty. Yeah, I mean, this is obviously a no-brainer. So I'm going to fight this offline real quick. So wipe them out, no losses, and then we should probably just occupy this one. I think it had some good stuff. Yeah, it's a level 2, so we'll keep that. And then this guy will just march from up north. So we should be able to reach that in one turn. And with this army, I think we'll probably head out on the water. If we head over here, we could start consolidating this island. And then, I don't really know where next, but yeah, I'm not entirely sure if it makes sense to cross the water and start opening up another front here, or just head south and help down here. But either way, I think going on the water is the right call. And then over here, I think I messed up. I should have gone straight here. I thought maybe we could beach right here, but there doesn't seem to be a way to get there. Actually, you know what? I wonder if it changes things if we're at war with them. We could get paid for it, maybe. Let's go ask these guys. War with them.
I say,
This one, yeah, they're at war with these guys. Okay, so we can't get paid for it.
Believe what your eyes see.
And they'll pay us 800, that's fine. So we're at war with these guys, they have these 3 settlements. Oh, you know what? For some reason I thought this was the same faction, but it's not. So they have these 3. So we'll go take that. And what I wanted to see is, if we're at war with them, can we actually do it? No, it wants to take us up there anyways. It may not really matter.
Destruction. Good. This will do.
Yeah, that doesn't make a difference. Okay, so we'll just wait 1 turn to take that. Probably get attacked by this. But that's not a big deal. We'll put some units on there. Oh, you know what? Actually, we might be able to attack this right away. If we're lucky.
Follow me. Or die.
Yeah. Oh man, we did get lucky. So we can beach on this one. That's really good. So we'll have to put some items on these 2 armies. We'll fight that. This one we'll fight and then go north. Okay, so yeah, we've got a couple battles lined up. Let me get some items on these guys. We'll fight this one manually just to conserve our troops, but this should be pretty straightforward. We'll take the settlement and we will occupy it. These guys all have pretty well developed settlements. They're all tier 3 and up, so we don't want to ruin it. Not for 2 grand. So we'll just occupy. And that gives us... Nice, it gives us an iron mine at level 2. And a port. So pretty good money. Yeah, that's not bad at all. 3, 4... 400 plus trade. I don't know what that'll increase our trade amount, but hopefully a decent amount. And then the other settlement we can take is Longship Graveyard. This one also tier 3, everything except for this thing, whatever that is. Yep, so we'll take this one. We'll just occupy it. Now, this will be interesting. I'm not sure if they're just going to go right after our Vargolf. He's not the fastest unit, but should have enough tank to survive. But we'll see what happens. Now, we've got Invis on this guy. So we could just run him to the corner, have no issues whatsoever. The Vargolf does not have Invis, and he's not the fastest necessarily. So I'm kind of curious if they just charge after us.
Swiftly.
And if they do, we'll have to figure something out. It looks like they are... Yeah, they're moving. I'm not sure where they're moving. Oh, here we go. Yep, they're going to walk right on top of a vortex spell here. Very good. So completely wiped out 1 full unit. We've got 13k worth of value. Or 13k damage. But yeah, we're basically just going to do this until... Oh, they are going for the Vargolf. Yep, they're going to chase him down. Can I... Oh, I can retreat him. Yeah, just get out of here, dude. Perfect. Okay, well, that I was concerned about. But glad that that's not really an issue. And we're hiding the other guy. So we shouldn't have any problems. These guys will chase us. But we're flying and faster than them, so it shouldn't be a problem. So what we'll try to do is fly overhead, see if we can get them to just clump up as much as possible. Something like this would be pretty nice. Yep, there we go. Crash into each other, bump into each other so you can't move, and then just get swallowed up by my purple sun. So we had 13k damage. Let's see what we do after this. Didn't get a lot of kills there, but decent damage. 24k, so about 10,000 damage. Not as much as I thought it was going to be. Let's start circling right here and see if we can get them to stay kind of clumped up, but we need to be careful not to get destroyed by their archers. Here we go. Let's get one right in there. And then we'll try to drag them across it. There we go. Pretty good damage on that. Yeah, we're getting kills on that. So 40k damage. That's much better. And yeah, they're like stumbling over each other to get to me. So that means we can just keep casting. As long as we don't take too much damage. Should be able to keep this up. Right on top of them there. And then we'll pull them down this way. There's another good one. Yeah, a little unlucky with the way it pathed, but that's okay. 50. Yeah, we got 15k damage out of that, actually. Not bad. So I'm going to keep doing that until they're drained, and then we'll go in with our Lord and snipe their heroes. Yeah, they just keep walking right onto these things. So we're at 1,000 kills, just about 98,000 damage. Yeah, they're pretty much wiped out. I don't really want the lords to get out, so I'm gonna start hitting them with the spirit leech. That's not really what I clicked on, but all right. Yeah, let me do this. I think they have two, right? Yeah, they've got Carlos Stigson, and then they've got the Lord. So we'll wipe out both of those. But they're getting army loss, so we'll have to chase down a few if we can. We already got the Lord. We just need to get this hero, and then the rest not that big of a deal if we don't get them all.
The curse of undeath!
Got a heroic victory out of that. The army did survive. I don't know if they're going to back out. Sometimes they do because they're on the water. But we'll definitely take the settlement. We'll just occupy it. Nice. Okay, army's dead. So those two guys are dead. We got a Wormslayer sword. This actually could come in handy because our biggest weakness is against large units most of the time. So this could actually help. Yeah, plus 60 versus large. It's a very big bonus when you're going up against big units.
What do you
But
want?
that'll be a settlement, another settlement in our favor. Let's go ahead and delete this and we'll put an economic building here. So we're starting to make pretty good money from this area. And once we take Altar of the Crimson Harvest, that's another tier 3. So yeah, even though this isn't ideal territory because it's orange or yellow, whatever, yellow-orange, we're still going to make good money from it. So that's a good start to the war. 2 settlements down. We could have wiped them out here if I didn't make a bonehead move, but that's all right. We'll fix it. And then we need to push east, start taking these and wrapping around here. We'll push north and west and west. So we'll just swallow up this whole northern peninsula area. And I guess we'll push north after that. I don't really know. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. I don't know. Is this... Yeah, see, it's Chaotic Wasteland. It's all red. So it's probably not worth actually going that way. The only thing that would make sense there is just to conquer and take vassals. So we could do something like that. That's maybe not a bad idea. And then also we've got 6, or we've got more than that, but let's go ahead and take this von Carstein one to increase the control by 5. I don't want to deal with rebellions. So we'll increase that by 5. That gives us access to another lord, and then also, yeah, you can see this one's no longer going to rebel in 2 turns. So this one will turn around, because they're getting -1 per turn. It'll go away in 3 turns, and then we'll be positive +2. And then as Vampiric Corruption goes up, that'll increase that, and then Chaos Undivided Corruption, that'll go down. Right, is this going down? Yeah, 4 per turn. So as those 2 swap, this one will stabilize. So we should be good there. And then, as I said, it does open another recruitment slot here for this, the von Carstein bloodline. So we'll take him at some point. We gotta do something about these French bastards.
No!
So they've got a pretty nice settlement here,
Everything dies.
but it's also worth a lot of money, 6k. So if we sack it, we'll lose all that. If we capture it, it'll go down to tier 2 and we'll get a bunch of buildings. Probably worth it to keep it. Yes, another 6k is not really going to change too much. So I think we'll just keep it. I just put items on and realized that we can't actually assault it, so we need to put that on at the end of the turn. Yep, so that was a waste of time. We'll put it back on. We need the items for now, but yeah, they will probably sally out, is my guess, and then we'll try to defeat them in the field down to 0, but probably not going to happen with all the knights that they have. But we'll see what we can do. Interestingly enough, we've got a army behind us at Paravon that's going to attack, it looks like. I don't know what else they have, but based on this is not good enough to assault this. We have 14 units in there. We've got some good units too. We've got some knights, some graveguard, and walls. So I don't know if they have, maybe they have 2 or 3 armies behind, but that's not going to cut it. So
Yes, Neferata was right.
we might recruit an army here just in case, and then we could use that army to push this way. Even if they don't attack, it won't be a waste of time because we'll need to do some counterattacking here soon anyways. But for now, what we should probably do is...
Who wishes the red kiss?
Oh boy. Yeah, look at that. Was that recent? No. That was turn 9. So there's a corpse pile here. Oh, this was ours. So there's 2 here. Unless that's a different region. No, that's definitely ours. Alright, so
Yes,
we need to fix this. You know what we could do? This region does not have that good of stuff, but what we could do is
You dare!
we could hire somebody right now. The Von Carstein bloodline is fine, but my god, that's very expensive. He's cunning, so he's got melee defense plus 10. I do like that a lot. Ambush success chance is not that big of a deal for this faction. The poison attacks is kind of nice too. And then what we'll do is we'll swap a few units out here. So you can have a zombie.
Expand Sylvania's borders.
What else do we want to take here? So we need at least 1 unit with siege attacker. Oh, they only have 1. Yeah, this is the only one we can take with siege attacker. So which army should have siege attacker then? Well, we're going to probably take Castle Carcassonne next turn. We'll also need to take Massive Orkol, which sucks because... So we need a siege attacker going both ways. We can't really do that. Let's put it in this army. This is the safer one. So there we go. Okay, so let's do this. We'll take the Vargolf. And we don't really need any more firepower here. This is probably more than enough. Especially with the Lamian Lord. Quite strong. So we'll take these 2. And then for this Lord...
I hunt.
Let's put the Gravedigger on, and then we'll recruit a bunch. We definitely want the Grave Guards. We want all the zombies we can fit. Ah, that sucks, man. They don't have a siege attacker here. We only need 1 out of the 2 knights, so let's take the more expensive of the 2, the lances. And then probably a couple spear skeletons. Does that look like 19? We can take 1 more spear skeleton. No, we need a dog. Yeah, we need a dog. Okay, so that is the army. So mostly skeletons with a little bit of other stuff. 12k, we're at negative 12k, so yeah, that's not good. But also it's fine. Yeah, we should be fine. So we can come up here if we need to next turn, and if not, then we will assault over here, which is going to be... Yeah, it's going to be 2 turns to get there, and then another turn to build siege equipment. That's incredibly slow. So what we might end up doing... Yeah, let me think about that, actually. Now, with the Lamian Lord, we definitely need to push south fast. So we'll try to get to Castle Carcassonne, and then most likely... Ooh, here's the thought. What if we were to... Oh, no, we can't. Yep, that's going to take 2 turns to get there. 1, 2, and then south. I'm trying to figure out how we want to do this. There's going to be a lot of inefficiencies with moving around, but there's not much we can do about it. We're just fighting on too many fronts. But it's more efficient to do this than to stack up 2 or 3 lords to help moving in this area. It's good at the beginning when you have only a handful of directions you can go, but once you're kind of at that point, you just need to get armies and spread out as fast as you can. So what we're going to do is come down here and attack. We'll attack one of these 2. I don't think it necessarily matters. Maybe we'll hit this one first, so we don't have to wait for the rattling guns to come out. They have warlords too, so that's good. No spells. We don't have to worry about spells on those. No nuke. So let's go ahead and suit up, and then we'll get in there. So with this, I don't think it really matters too much which one we attack. We'll just take the one closer to the road so we can move on faster. So there we go. We'll fight... Oh, what is this? Interesting. There's a 3rd army joining. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, wait. No, it's this one. This is the one. Yeah, because it was 2 warlords, right? Yeah, there's these 2. This guy's reinforcing that we didn't know was there. So he has... Yeah, we have to watch out for him. He does have Warp Lightning, because he's got the... what do they call it? The Warp Lightning Lord? I can't remember. But anyways, we'll have to wipe him out. He looks to be low level, so I don't think he'll be running around. Yeah, speed 42. So we'll catch him and wipe him out. That's not going to be an issue. This should be a very straightforward fight, I feel like. So we're going to set up in the back with our blob. We've got flanking units on the left. So dogs, black coach, and a Vargolf. I probably would like to split up the Vargolf and the black coach. Just because I feel like they kind of... Or maybe the dire wolves and the black coach. I feel like they kind of do similar things. And it's going to be hard to micromanage that much. But let's immediately go after the lords and the... Well, rattling guns first and then the lords. Let's get this guy out of here. or get these guys out of here. They're not even trying to defend, so we'll come back when we get an interesting part of the fight. So we need to go after this guy before he touches anything. This is, yep, that's their warp lightning engineer or whatever, the engineering guy. Push him. Actually, you know, what if we give him a slow and a melee defense debuff? Oh, it's not a slow. We should be able to hit him pretty easily though. I don't know why he keeps bouncing him. That's like the stupidest thing in the world. Does he have a heal? Okay, let's see how he got his heal. Oh yeah, he does. He has a scalm, so he used it. Sweet, so that's gone. Now we just need to wipe him out. All right, one more hit and he's dead. Okay, he's dead. Let's take out... Let me think about that. If we leave the lords, we'll have more chance to kill more units. Maybe it's worth it to save these things. That's a lot of units, man. If only we had a single nuke, man. Any kind of AoE nuke. We would just devastate. Look at that. 2 spots, too. We can dream now. So I'm going to try to get these guys... you know what we could do is we could probably harass with the Black Coach. Yeah, why don't we harass with that? Get them to charge. And then we'll come back when the big fight happens. So we're having an issue here where we can attack them, we can get them to rout, we do a little bit of damage, but we can't actually kill them to the point where we don't have to fight them again next turn because they just run so fast and we don't have our wolves back here. They're blocking both entrances, so I can't physically get the wolves over. So I think it might be best if we pull our army down and let's try to get them to commit to a battle then. So we'll set up maybe over here. And then we'll get ready to fight. And if we're going to do that, let's just take out both of these lords. And then we'll probably have to do a follow-up fight or 2, which I guess I'm fine with. Because we can't attack another settlement this turn anyways. It's too far. So, no big deal. Yeah, she completely shreds enemy lords and big units. Completely shreds them. So, it's like 2 hits and they're already dead and running. And then they can't get away because she's flying. So what a hell of a hero, man. So strong. And this is the Lamian, so she does have some decent spells. We just haven't leveled them up. Here's the 3rd and final lord wiped out. So we've killed all 3. Assuming we don't push this guy off the map. There we go. Alright, so that's all 3 dead. And now we'll have to do follow-up fights, most likely to clean up the rest. But let's get the big fight going. I think if we can fight on the bridge, that'd be really good. And then if they have their archers in the back, we'll just slam into them with our Black Coach. And I'm going to start to flank over here if we can. Yeah, they're starting to move units over here, which is good. We can clear a path and then get through. So yeah, I want to leave our Lord available so that we can hit any archery units that are shooting. We want to try and tie them up. So the goal is to... Oh boy. Let our melee deal with their melee. Let everybody else deal with the ranged. So here we go. We're moving on the bridge. Jeez, look at this. A wall of rats versus a wall of dead bodies. That's insane. Okay, they are launching projectiles, which is fine. We're going to go dive bomb them now. So yeah, that's not allowed. And then we'll get our Black Coach back here, start harassing this guy. Vargolf can head in there as well. There they go. They're going to start pushing in. And the fight is officially kicked off. So, what do we want to do? I want to get at these guys, but I need some more of them to commit. Here we go. Black Coach is coming. They're sending spears to counter, it looks like. Yeah, we just need these guys to flee, and then we can deal with the rest. So here comes our direwolves. We'll get the direwolves on this side. Yeah, look at that. So they're going to flee. Chase them a little bit. Same thing with these spears. Actually, yeah, get these guys out. And then we can use the direwolves to chase down units in the back. It'll be a much better use of our resources here. Go ahead and run them over. You are chasing units off the map. That's fine, but you need to get back and do something that's shooting at us, not just... Yeah, not just like generic fleeing units. Here we go. So these guys are going to flee. Yep, and then we'll run them down. These will probably come back before they get off the map. Perfect, and then that means we'll be able to wipe them out. So let the direwolves do their thing. This will buy us some time. These guys are holding. We haven't taken a loss yet. And there they go. They're starting to push in now. Perfect. Yep, it's all coming coming together now. Let's try to tie up these guys if we can. So they're not shooting. We just don't want them to shoot. I don't care if they're not dying yet. Your job is to get them not to shoot. And the dog's job is to kill them all. So I'm going to put these two together in the same group. Yep, since they'll be working together hand in hand. These guys are perfect, making them flee. Let's make these two groups flee. Doing on this. Yeah, it's not enough. We need to take them down below 10% so they don't come back. Can you leave them alone so they come back? They will probably return. These guys... Yeah, we should have maybe taken another set of dire wolves. Let's get these guys over here to start harassing their archers, because they're starting to pour in quite a bit. And we can start healing since we're in the area anyways. Dire wolves need to get back to work. Yep, up the hill. Look at that. All of them are running. So yeah, just keep them from attacking. Dire wolves can attack the closest thing. We get that. You can get that. You can get these. Perfect. That looks good. Let's get more heals out while we're here. Okay, these guys are coming back. That's fine. Actually, they're already fleeing. Yeah, get these guys to stop shooting. You come back and deal with them. How about the wolves? They're down to 0. They're off the map, unfortunately. So let's get our Vargulf back and attacking something over here. Yeah, I think at this point we're not trying to win. We already know that's an inevitability, but we can probably get them to flee, right? If we hit them with both of these things. Yeah, we can get a mass route. Not that we need to, but I guess it's kind of funny. Alright, direwolves, go hit something that's... yeah, go hit these guys. And then you go hit these guys. And then you leave them alone and go make these guys flee. And Black Coach is still chasing these. Yeah, we're not going to kill them all. It's okay. We can't zero everything out. We're just going to try to get what damage done that we can. So many units fleeing. It's crazy. Yeah, they're still shooting our Vargulf. I don't really appreciate that too much. Let's keep getting heals. Now, he does have a heal on his own passively, so it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, they're starting to come back, so it doesn't matter. We don't need to do that fleeing thing. I mean, it's funny, but it doesn't really help us. So let's just focus on running people down here like this. Perfect example. These guys are pretty much off the map, so don't worry about that. Get back in the area. You're getting shot at, so let's dive down so they don't do that.
Swiftly.
The good thing is it's mostly slaves, Skaven slave slingers, so they don't really do much damage.
Your time has come.
Okay, how we doing? Wolves have zeroed that unit out. This guy's already off the map. I can't do anything about it. Let's maybe try to get these guys. We'll come back and hit that with the Vargulf. Yeah, I don't think the wolves can do that. That's too... It's not enough room. Alright, how are we doing here with the Black Coach? Let's actually have the Black Coach run them off. Switch targets. Yeah, they're kind of running a little bit. We probably should get our direwolf back at some point, because these are going to be really hard to clear out. We can weaken them, I guess, that helps. But I'd rather get units to 0. I'd rather have half of their army at 0 and the other half at full strength than to have like the whole army at half. So let's actually get back and try to work together. Yeah, like this guy, we can team up with that. Vargulf can get back and help clear that out. Where's our Black Coach? He's running these guys down. Almost, yeah, he'll get him close. I do want to keep close with our so we can keep healing. Let's actually go back and do that. This guy, stop shooting at me, please. There we go. So now it's just a handful of melee troops, and they're probably going to get army loss soon, so we might benefit from spreading these guys out so we can chase them down with our foot troops as well, not just these fast-moving units. We got to regroup here, get everybody back. Yeah, they're still not fleeing. They kind of flee in waves, so we'll have to deal with that. Let's leave them alone, go back and heal. Yeah, once our Lord gets near, I think they just freak out and run. We could probably end it right now. Let's try not to. Oh, nope, they're getting army loss. All right, so now what we need to do is get everybody out. Everybody out, and then pick a target and chase. So you chase. 2, 3, 4. Only the skeletons. I don't want anybody else chasing because they're too slow. The zombies are just too slow. Here, and the corpse cart can go chase something else. See, that's probably not going to be all that useful, but it's fine. All right, the Vargolf. Go chase something down. And then the biggest value is going to be from us directing the direwolves. We want to try to hit spears, or if we can, slingers. Not too many slingers here, so let's just wipe out the spears. Yep, so everybody's got a target. I'm going to run everyone down as best I can. We'll come back and do the follow-up fight. We should have a nice, healthy corpse pile from that. That's 25, well, more than 2,500. Probably about 2,800 losses. Yep, 2,700 losses plus our 80. So we should be getting a healthy stack there. What survived? So we wiped out the high-value stuff. The Doom Flares, the Rattling Guns, and all the Lords. Everything else is Skaven Slave or Clan Rat. Mostly Skaven Slave. Yeah, this is quite good, actually. We zeroed out more than I thought we would have, so not bad at all. And for the follow-up, we'll probably take the money. Guess we could take replenishment, but it's not really going to make a difference because we shouldn't be taking much damage. Oh, we just got a dragon. Our Lamian Lord. 1, 2, 3 dead. Rat catcher. We got an item, and we got our zombie dragon. That's huge. So we don't need a siege attacker in this army anymore. We can get rid of this Vargolf.
My will alone.
Which means we can give it back to him. We gotta chase these guys still, though. What happened to all their armies? I think some of them might have died, actually. Yeah, I think some of them might have died.
Who wishes the
So you know what I'm
victories?
thinking we can do is go back, give the unit... man, because we can't attack this in one turn, unfortunately. We just wasted
I thirst.
too much. Yeah, we wasted too much movement speed. So what we can do is give the siege attacker here
Better be important.
and then move back this way just enough to where we can attack them.
Pact will be
We're going to miss
blessed.
out on cleaning this army out, but that doesn't matter. It's all trash anyways. What did we get?
I am ready.
Oh, you know what? It's here. It's Carcassonne, right? Is this corpse pit considered Carcassonne then? Yeah. So we'd have to see what they have here. And looks like it's not there yet, so we'll have to wait till next turn. So if we go here, we can give them a unit, right? We can do that. And then we can force march back, and we'll be in range. So I think that's the play. Let's go do that. Oh, actually, you know what we should do instead? I'm worried that if we take a unit from this guy, they're going to be 0 movement speed, and then we'll just be stuck. So let's just get rid of a zombie. We'll donate a unit. Oh, I can't even see him. Okay, so we want to get the Vargolf traded away. Perfect.
What?
And then our Lamian Lord can go force
It
march.
will be done. Yes.
And we will
never
definitely be in
after
range for that
waits.
attack next turn. Okay, so that should be good. And then now this guy
Be important. Ready.
is ready to go up here with his new siege attacker. So we have 2 siege attackers now in this area. Perfect. We just need one more up here.
Destroy them.
Yeah, this ding dong has still not gotten a siege attacker, but we'll figure it out.
It is forbidden.
Now the zombie dragon does come with magic missile usage, pestle and breath. So 3 uses of this: strong versus a single unit and good against large combatants, powerful explosion. I'm wondering if you can use it against mobs and blast them, or if it's only good against single unit. But either way, that's pretty good damage. We'll see. But yeah, flying around, we've got extra damage. So where were we before? We were on the Hellsteed. So we gained, we gave up a few things, but we gained a lot of hit points and a little bit of weapon strength. But the biggest thing is that we get the siege attacker. That I think is worth it for sure. This guy is just going to have to go force march back around. And then we'll probably leave this area alone and start wiping out this guy, because he's already at war with us. Let's head over there. And then same thing here. Well, we need to wipe this guy out, finish him off. And then we'll come back.
Everything dies.
More mausoleums to defile.
And this settlement is tier 3 as well, so we can just take it. We'll occupy.
Darkness.
And then we need to get our necromancer in here.
This awaits.
And now we've got 2 heals, corpse cart, and the necro.
Drag them to our neck.
This should be pretty straightforward. Let me fight this offline. We'll get that settlement. There is another army just to the south, and they'll have no settlement, so they'll have to attack. Hopefully they don't siege and they just immediately attack so we can deal with it and not take attrition. But anyways, we'll get that. Made 1,000, plus we'll occupy. Man, sacking it would be really nice. 4,500 bucks, but that's okay. We'll just occupy it. Got another item out of that. And we got our flying mount on our main lord. And then this guy didn't get anything. Yeah, level 8. So this, yeah, it's not a scary army, but they have nowhere to go, so they will just crash into us. Like I said, hopefully they attack instead of besieging. And then I guess we gotta build stuff here. So that means we'll get another necromancer out of that. And I believe that's it, right? We're down to building upgrades, so we don't have any more lords to move. I don't think we're recruiting anybody else because this is kind of scary. 12k, we only have 19 in the bank, so not even 2 full turns. We'll have to make some money next turn. We did spend a lot. We hired a full stack here, like a full elite army stack, and then we hired a couple units over here. Actually, we hired another stack up here, I forgot.
Soon I'll be
Yeah, we've been recruiting. So we've got some stuff to do. We're probably going to get attacked. Most likely, this army will be attacked. This guy, they keep throwing armies at this guy, so I'm pretty sure they'll sally out and attack him, and then I don't know if we'll get attacked down here. And I do remember seeing in between turns that these ogres, the disciples of the Maw, they sent somebody and they're in ambush stance in here. So they're going to work their way up. I guess they could attack Grenstad, which has already been messed up, so if he decides to sack that or take it, no big deal. We'll just come back and take it. I don't want him to get to the Moot or Schwarzhofen, but he has to cross the river first anyway, so we should be good here. We'll go plug that gap and start pushing out right here as soon as we can next turn. And we do have a siege attacker here, so Eckendorf will be 1 turn. And then we'll just start spreading out down here. We have so many things that we can upgrade. Look at all this stuff. But the problem is we just don't have a whole lot of money, and I don't want to go down to 0 and have to disband an army. I would much rather not do that. These guys should be spitting off money soon. Yeah, 1 turn they will. Doesn't make sense to collect taxes until we actually have something to collect from. So we'll get 100 from that. 2 turns we'll get another 100, and then we can build the income building. So we'll get like 1,200 from this area, or sorry, 600 from this area, 700. We'll turn that back on. So that is it for now. Yeah, I think we're going to end the turn here. Let me go put some items. Let's do our recap. So we are 90 settlements owned by turn 16, 19k in the bank, and we're negative 12,000. So yeah, we do have to be a little bit careful. We have a necromancer we can hire. Okay, so that's going to adjust these numbers. Let me go figure out where we're going to put him. Let's hire him here and put him in the new army that we just made, because then he can kind of level up organically with that. Now, what do we have? Confident, +2 leadership, all units in the army is kind of nice. Tough is also quite good. That'll make him a lot more useless, or a lot more useful in combat. Confident. Yeah, let's go tough.
Your wish.
And then, as I said, we will send him north up here, so a couple turns.
Find me charnel pits.
We'll have him join and then help. We might... Where do we actually want to start attacking? We need to figure out what path we want to take for our conquests. You can see as we get up here, it's all going to start turning red. So that's not good. We might want to push down here and just go south. Go south, take all this stuff. And then by the time these guys are done cleaning up the mountains in this area, maybe we'll join the 2. So that could be an option. Yeah, but anyways, let me change his name and then we'll be good to do the recap. Okay, there we go. So 18,000. We had to spend the money on the recruitment. So 18,600. We're at negative 12,600. And we are how many away from our Domination Victory? So 91 out of 270. We're about 180 away, roughly. 181. So not that far, actually. We're about 1/3 of the way there, but It should go faster now than what we were doing in the beginning because we have more armies now than when we started with, obviously. So I'm hoping we can get this done by turn 25 so we can avoid dealing with the end turn. But we'll see. That'll be end of turn 16. We'll see you on the end turn fights. You know, I just found a couple diplomatic things we could do. So down here in Cathay, we signed a trade agreement with... Actually, we have trade agreements with all of Cathay. So we signed a new one with Jade and Northern Provinces. And they paid us a little bit of money. So we're not quite as broke. We're still broke, but we're not quite as broke. And then we got a little bit of trade income from that. So those are final stats for the turn. These guys are sending their army in a last-ditch effort. I think they're out of territory, so this should be faction eliminated. So we'll auto-resolve it. One of the very few times we can get away with that in this campaign. Getting attacked by the Disciples of Ma. Kind of expected. There's not a whole lot we can do here. I don't think we can even inflict much damage if we fight it manually, so we'll let it go. Is he going to sack it, or is he going to occupy it? He's going to occupy it. Alright. We're going to get attacked here by the Masters of Innovation. Yep. Shouldn't be too bad. The only thing I'm worried about are these blast charges. I can try to bait them out. And, yeah, they do have 2 of them, though. We'll see what we can do. We probably need to just rush forward with our Lord to get them to either not attack or to do something else. Throw it at something else. So what we'll try to do is bait them out. We'll try to bait them out with these Crypt Horror or Crypt Ghouls. I don't really want them, so we'll probably just use them to sacrifice. But maybe we can get them to do it on our Lord. I don't know. See, they got 2 of them. So we'll hold these guys in reserve just in case they don't. And then these guys need to go hide. Go. Right in front of him. He's not all that interested. So why don't we just harass him then? Yeah, I don't... Oh, he might do it. He's thinking about it. There he goes. Alright, sweet. So there's one. And we gotta get the other one down here. So Crypt Ghouls, get back. Dogs, get back. This guy is just not wanting to get out. So let's see if we gotta babysit him for a little bit. Also, we can start spirit leeching the Lord. Oh, crap. Okay, they found us. On the bright side, we did go with 3 wide, so it didn't really do that much damage. But yeah, that hurt a little bit. Right, these guys need to get back so they don't get spotted. And then we'll start healing. Yeah, that wasn't too bad, actually. 1 by itself, especially when you're kind of spread out like that, really not that bad. So let's get our debuff on these guys. Minus armor, or sorry, minus melee defense and melee attack. And now we gotta hold. And we'll just keep casting on this guy. It's gonna cost us 8 each time. Yeah, but we're in pretty good shape here. Yep, so we'll start to surround them with the Crypt Ghouls. They do have invis without being in the trees, so we can sneak up on somebody. And whoever's getting kind of low, we'll hit them. And then, yeah, we just gotta keep the heals up. And also, if we can take this guy... Oh, they have... they have like 1 or 2 blast charges left. Not a big deal. If we can get in here and take out their Lord without having to spend a bunch of Winds of Magic, I think that would be the right way to do it. Let's do 1 more Spirit Leech, just to get him on his way. Go. They're pretty much committed to our line, so let's start looking for that weak spot. This looks pretty weak. He's already starting to waver. So if we get some dogs and Crypt Ghouls in there, maybe he'll think twice. Get our debuff out. Their enemy Lord is not doing too well, so we should be okay here. And I'm pretty sure we're in friendly territory, so I think we'll get replenishment after this anyways, if we take some losses. And also, this army's all junk, so it's not that big of a deal. This guy is... yeah, he's kind of surrounded by his buddy, so it might be difficult to get at him. The Lord's about to run, though. That's actually really good. I'm not going to spend Winds of Magic on him. Let's save it. We do need to get our skeletons back into fighting shape. Come on, dude, break him. 1 or 2 more hits and he'll be out. No, he's starting to get his HP back. Come on, man. There he goes. Okay, he's going to run off of that for sure. So once they start to get their debuff, we're going to rush in with everybody. Yep, he's fleeing. Okay, let's go in with the Crypt Ghouls first. And then I want to keep the dire wolves available so that when they start to run, we don't have to really chase.
Sylvania rules the night.
Here we go, more heals. This guy's crumbling. Why are you crumbling, dude? You still have so much HP left. See if we can turn that around. They are getting hit pretty badly over here. So maybe we can pull them back into the center. Alright, these guys are not crumbling or not fleeing yet, but they're pretty close. Also, the Lord got out. Let's just run him down real quick. We do have armor piercing on our dogs, so they'll make quick work of him. Yep, he's pretty much dead. Dogs, bite him. There you go, he's dead. And then back in there,
Master Necromancer.
debuff and heals. Okay, they're no longer crumbling. Perfect. This guy's starting to get low. Let's go ahead and heal him.
Mortal Judge.
Okay, come on. Can we stop the crumbling? Because they're about to flee, most of their army. Alright, dogs. Chase down anybody. I would like to kill as much as we can so we don't have to fight a big battle next turn. I doubt we're going to get everybody, so it's not a big deal if some of them get out. Okay, did we stop the crumble? We did. Perfect.
Bleed them.
Oh, crap. Now he's crumbling. No, he's not. Alright, so we're good. We should be fine. I'm going to run the rest of these guys down. Alright, we got the victory. Now we need to run some people down if we can. Yeah, they're so close to the edge here. I don't think we're going to be able to get much. We didn't quite get everybody, but we got most. And I did cut it a little short because one of our zombies was starting to deteriorate. So we stopped it so we didn't lose them completely. But they have 4 units left. We'll run them down next turn. And we could probably take some replenishment here. Just in case. So he's going to run back. Yep. Oh, interesting. He didn't go back to his settlement. Well, we'll have to run him down then.